friends, welcome to Therapy Thursdays on Louisiana Living. We are physical therapy and balance centers. I am Angela Yarborough and this is Dr. Jerry Yarborough. And what are we doing here? Well, we are talking about different disease processes, and we are just talking about different ailments, different things that keep you from loving your life. That is one of our mottos, is love your life. And we just wanted to give back to the community and just give you some things that you can do for some things that might be preventing you from loving your life. So why don't you tell us exactly what we're going to be doing?
All right. First, like you said, I'm Dr. Jerry Yarborough, physical therapist, and my sweet wife, Angela. By trade, she's actually a nurse. So, together, I opened the Jonesboro Clinic about 20 years ago. I actually have about 27 years experience as a therapist. And then 7 years ago, we opened up here in Ruston. And just about 3 weeks ago, we opened up in El Dorado, Arkansas now. So what we're doing, like she said, is we're talking about different diseases or impairments that are affecting your quality of life. And at Physical Therapy and Balance Centers, our desire is to help you love your life. So we're going to discuss those impairments. We're going to discuss how physical and occupational therapy can help you rehab from those impairments. And then we're going to always give you a takeaway of what you can start doing immediately to start making a change in your life and improving your quality of life. So again, come and see us every Thursday here on Louisiana Living. You can look us up on myarclemis.com or our personal Facebook page, physicalruston.com. Or you can even go to our Facebook page or even our YouTube channel. We have lots of videos and lots of education out there to help educate the community. Now, we want you to come back in the next two segments in which we'll start talking about certain ailments or impairments. And then, like I said, what physical and occupational therapy can help you overcome those impairments. And then again, we're always going to leave off with what you can do immediately to start helping improve your quality of life. So come back and see us and we'll get started. Thank you.
Welcome back to Louisiana Living, Therapy Thursdays. We are Physical Therapy and Balance Center. I'm Angela Yarborough, Dr. Jerry. So what are we talking about today for Therapy Thursday?
Today we're talking about peripheral neuropathy.
That must be pretty common. I have several family members that have peripheral. What exactly is that though?
It really is very common first. Actually, over 3 million Americans every year are diagnosed with peripheral neuropathy. And peripheral neuropathy, it is damage to the peripheral nervous system. Peripheral being the periphery nervous system versus the central nervous system. Our brain and our spinal cord makes up our central nervous system, and all the nerves that come off of that are the peripheral nerves. So damage is done to those nerves, and there's over 100 different types of peripheral neuropathy. But if we just kind of categorized all of the different types into some bigger categories, you'd have a motor neuropathy. That means that the nerve that controls the motor function is affected. A lot of times that's seen in people like in their hands, and they drop things real easy because they got a lot of weakness or discoordination in their hands, so they drop things. So that would be a good example of like a motor neuropathy. And then we got sensory neuropathies, and sensory neuropathies are going to be like, it can be in your hands and feet, it can be anywhere, but typically hands and feet, and you lose a sensation to temperature is one thing, which can be extremely dangerous if you like talk about running bath water and you try to put your foot in there and you don't realize how hot it is because you don't have that sensation. Or you could lose a sensation of pain, which again is another big problem, because if you walk around and you get a tack in the bottom of your foot and you don't know it, then it can get infected and cause a lot of other issues. and then even just a light touch and things. So that would be more of a sensory neuropathy. And then we have autonomic neuropathy, and the autonomic nervous system is our nervous system that does things that we don't think about. A good example of that is breathing. We don't always, think about having to take every breath, right? We don't think about telling our heart that it needs to pump. Those are all things that are controlled by our autonomic nervous system. And then some things are just kind of in a category of a combo. It's a mix of things. Many times you'll have motor function and sensory function both affected. And so many different things can cause this, these neuropathies. It could be genetics. Many times it could be a nerve impingement. It could be, the most common thing actually is diabetes. Diabetes, hormonal imbalances and things in that nature can cause peripheral neuropathies. There's a lot of debate whether neuropathies can be cured, reversed, or whatever, but we know from basic science that our peripheral nerves do regenerate. So there are things that we can do, and we're going to talk about that and some of those things in this next segment on things that we can do to help peripheral neuropathy. So come back in the next segment and we'll see you then. Welcome back, guys. I'm Dr. Jerry Yarborough, physical therapist and owner of Physical Therapy and Balance Centers. And I'm here today with my sweet wife, Angela. And what we were talking about in the previous segment was peripheral neuropathy. And we talked about how over 3 million Americans every year are diagnosed with peripheral neuropathy. And we talked about there's over 100 different types. And we're talking specifically about diabetic neuropathies. And just want to show you some innovative stuff that we have here at Physical to kind of help with peripheral neuropathies. There is some debate on whether peripheral neuropathies can be cured or reversed, but we know from basic science that the peripheral nerves, that's the nerves on the outline of our body, which come off of our central nervous system, that they can regenerate, or that means to repair. So we know that they can. We just have to provide the right environment for them to regenerate. So with diabetes, we're talking about high blood sugar, and that blood sugar attacks and destroys our nervous system. So for diabetic neuropathy, now there's some other treatments that have recently come out that the medicine doctors and nurse practitioners are able to do, which are excellent. Please check that out. Follow up with your primary care providers. But here at Physical, some of the things that we can do is talk to you and train you about controlling your blood sugars, okay? First of all, you're going to do that through nutrition. You're not going to be eating added sugars. You're not going to be eating all that cake and all that stuff. If your blood sugars are too high, you have to take it serious because it can kill you, okay? So not only do you want to limit the added sugars, you have to limit your carbohydrates because your carbohydrates are turned into sugars. So you got to stay away from the white potatoes, rice, bread, and things of that nature, okay? Again, that just makes your blood sugar go up. So if you do that part and then add exercise, and we can develop a customized exercise program for you to burn those calories and to help control your blood sugars. So if you provide the proper environment for your nerves to regenerate, they can regenerate. Now everyone would be different levels. You may not be totally cured, but you can definitely improve and prevent the peripheral neuropathies from getting worse. So some of the innovative equipment that we have in addition to that here at Physical is what my sweet wife is standing on right here. And this is called a Juvent. It's a low impact micro vibrating platform. And what this does is it's a gentle vibration and it increases your circulation. It actually can even strengthen your muscles and improve your bone density in addition to other things. But the micro vibrating platform is a great piece of equipment that we have here that can help reverse or improve your peripheral neuropathies. In addition to treatment from physical therapy, if you have peripheral neuropathies, not only from diabetes but other things, as we've talked about previously, our balance system requires input from our somatosensory system and from our vestibular system and our muscles and all of that stuff. So if the peripheral sensory system is affected, then we need to enhance all the other systems. And another piece of innovative equipment that we have is called the balance shuttle. And we can do all types of low and high advanced activities to help improve your balance. So if your somatosensory system is affected, then we have to improve your vestibular system and your muscular system and your flexibility to make up for the impairments that you've had. So, all right guys, I hope that was good information for you. Remember, here at Physical, no referrals are required. You can just pick up phone and come and see us.